Good morning, and thank you for tuning in to another edition of CSBJ Radio. I'm your host, Greg Wilson. Yes, beautiful Monday morning, a little nippy in the air, and yes, we're doing things a little bit different. Hope you enjoy it. Today's podcast is being sponsored by Tax Shield Software. Go by, see my good friends at 2450 Winton Road, right here in Columbus, Georgia, 31906. Go by today. See the branch manager, Cedric, Chris Granville, Willie Granville. They can be reached also at toll-free 1-855-507-1040. Maybe you're in the market. Maybe you're thinking about opening a tax office. You're going to need software. Tax Shield Software is able to provide that. Be sure you let them know that you heard about them right here on CSBJ Radio. Again, we welcome you into another edition of CSBJ Radio. I am your host, Greg Wilson, also the owner and publisher of Connection Small Business Journal. You can find us online at www.connectionssbj.com. Again, our website address is www.connectionssbj.com. I say this literally during every podcast that you can find us utilizing every aspect of social media, from Pinterest to Facebook. Our Facebook page specifically is www.facebook.com/connectionssbj. The podcast today is entitled Reducing or Reduce Your Social Media to 30 Minutes a Day. Reduce your social media to 30 minutes a day. And one of the biggest problems that many small business owners have literally is time management. And time management becomes almost a chore if not managed effectively or not managed correctly. This also holds true for every aspect of your small business, from maybe bank runs to your social media campaign. But this morning we're specifically discussing how to reduce your social media to only 30 minutes a day. And if you're like most small business owners, you are juggling knowing that, hey, I have an absolute need of a social media presence, but I have an absolute need of time. Many small business owners, find that this extra time that people claim to have is very hard to come by. And if it should come by, literally it is at a high commodity. This act of juggling is one of the main obstacles that many of us as small business owners face. And so this morning, we just want to take a brief moment and take a look at how we can reduce our social media to 30 minutes a day. Now, we posted an article yesterday, Sunday, on our website again that we've already mentioned, www.connectionssbj.com. And in this article, I listed some numbers, and one of the numbers, or a couple of the numbers that I listed, is that over 27% of all the time spent online is spent utilizing social media. So out of all the internet use across the United States, 27% is spent online utilizing a form of social media. Now we need to be aware that this social media, or being online with social media, also means maybe on a mobile device, an iPad or a tablet, and also, of course, your normal laptops and computers. But 27% of time spent online is spent utilizing social media. Here in the United States, which, by the way, I mean, we have become the most dominant country that actually utilize social media in the past few years. But we've actually seen a decline or a drop from what was 30% to the now 27%. Now, if you do the math on this, this actually equals that about 16 minutes every hour is being spent utilizing a form of social media. Now, these are powerful numbers for you as a small business owner that you cannot ignore. We cannot ignore the fact that the majority of people are connecting with us. They're reaching out to us. They're finding out about our businesses. They're finding out about our products that we're offering, the services, the goods that we have, the sales that we're running, the campaigns that we're doing. The Black Friday event that we're going to have, the Cyber Monday event that we plan on having. Or if you haven't planned it, you should be planning it. We'll save that for another podcast. But we cannot ignore that number. And so with not ignoring that number, with time being of the essence, we just again want to take a few minutes to see how that we can actually have an effective social media platform, an effective social media campaign, and only have to spend 30 minutes a day doing it. It is possible. It is possible. I want to encourage you to visit www.pardot.com. The infographic that we have posted on our website is made possible through this particular company. We've looked at the company, and we recommend that you actually go. Again, that is www.pardot.com. So let's jump right into this infographic. How can we rock social media in 30 minutes a day? And how the right plan and automation can save us time and make us as small business owners more effective. Many marketers struggle. Why? Because they don't have a defined strategy. There's not a defined strategy to say, hey, on this week leading up to a Black Friday event, I want to target X amount of people. There's not an effective and defined strategy in place. Now, social media can be more manageable, but again, we're going to have a well-designed and a what I would even label as a consistently executed plan that actually saves time. So if we're consistent in executing this well-defined, this well-designed plan, that can help you and I as small business owners be more manageable. Let's take a look at a streamlined approach to the management of these different networks out there. There are literally six major, there are more than six, but I would say there are six major social networks. And your business, if you're not utilizing these six major networks, I encourage you today to create an account with them. And let's take a look at how we can actually utilize these to our advantage. Now, 10 minutes. Again, we are combining or condensing our social media campaign to 30 minutes a day. We're out, we're running errands, we're doing things for the business, we're out knocking on doors, we're trying to acquire new business. So we're condensing our social media platform to 30 minutes a day. So 10 minutes of this should be focused and spent solely on Twitter. Now, even before we get deeper in this, I recommend there are some platforms out there. You have Hootsuite. Again, that's Hootsuite. There's also TweetDeck. There are a lot of platforms out there that you can actually utilize to schedule out your tweets, to schedule out your Facebook posts. And these are all automated. So literally on a Sunday evening after maybe the dinner is done, the kids are preparing for school or whatever, you can actually sit down and schedule out your tweets, schedule out your posts for the entire week. Okay. But 10 minutes should be devoted to Twitter. 10 minutes. Responding. Take a few minutes once or twice a day to respond to any tweets that may have been directed your way. Schedule out tweets for the next week to promote any recent content or events. Share. Take a few minutes to share the content of others in your industry. Believe it or not, it helps build relationships. So I can take what even someone else in my industry is doing, tweet that, share that, and it would help forge and create even a relationship with that business. 6 minutes. Now, again, keep in mind they're giving 10 minutes to Twitter, 6 minutes to this next powerhouse, which is Facebook. Respond to comments and engage. Respond to any comments on your wall or on your content. Spend a few minutes liking the content of maybe business partners, clients, thought leaders in your industry, someone that is maybe even in the same industry as you. Go out there, utilize 6 minutes, a total of 6 minutes to respond to any comments and engage with them. Promote and share content and images. And this is very powerful. Promote and share content and images. Promote any recent content on your page. Highly visible content like videos, graphics, the infographic that we're posting on Facebook at the end of this podcast. They always perform best. Yes, we like the little paragraph sentences, but anything that I can see, anything that I can click on, definitely will perform best. And also share some behind the scene photos of even staff. That's something that you don't see a lot of, or people that's in a business, maybe candid shots, those unexpected shots that show, hey, that this individual is a real business. They're having fun at their business. They're making connections with their business. So 6 minutes total to Facebook, and also 6 minutes to LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn is literally gaining a lot more traction down through the years. I mean, they have been just, what I would label a steady Eddie in the social media industry. But utilize 6 minutes for LinkedIn. Promote. We're going to share your more recent professional content and notable news on your company. All right. Have a company profile on LinkedIn specifically for your company, and we're going to share the more professional content utilizing LinkedIn. Share your content in related LinkedIn groups. For example, not only on Facebook, our Facebook group, quite honestly, is approaching 300 members. Our LinkedIn group is not that big as of yet, but you can share the content within this group. So sharing your content in related LinkedIn groups and engage in any notable discussions. One thing I do like about LinkedIn is the fact that, hey, there are discussions out there where other entrepreneurs, other small business owners are making comments. They're discussing whatever. They're discussing social media. They're discussing time management. They're discussing project management, marketing, branding. They're discussing all these different things, and you can actually engage with them, share your content, engage in these conversations to help even get and obtain even more traction for your own business. Ask questions. Again, we're still on LinkedIn, even within this 6 minute time span. Ask questions on your page and in relevant groups to start discussions of your own. Ask a question, as it relates to business. What are some of your daily struggles? Just do something to that nature to start a discussion. This discussion, of course, can be tagged to your business, tagged to your name, and again, lend you more additional traffic. The next one that we use, quite honestly, is gaining a lot of momentum, and that's Pinterest. But so far, we're only going to give 4 minutes to Pinterest. Now, you can pin any recent, internal, or even external content, the infographic that we're discussing right now on the Connection Small Business page for Pinterest. We're going to pin this picture. We're going to pin this infographic. Now, it's been pinned before, and I'm going to repin it again. but we want to pin any recent internal and external content. So take a moment to pin any recent visual content. Again, Pinterest is not necessarily about, typed text. It's about pictures. So if you have a picture of your logo, if you have a picture of an event that you are maybe volunteering or sponsoring or hosting at your location, pin that picture. Okay, this can include blog images, infographics like we just talked about, or even staff photos. Also pin any relevant external content you have found. So if I'm on a website like I was today, all right, I found this infographic. Guess what? I'm going to pin it. Why? Because it's relevant to the discussion of today. It's relevant to the article that was written earlier. It's relevant to this podcast, and we're going to do just that. We're going to repin this post. All right. Now, the disconnect could be that we are not engaging with our recent pinners. I've had a few things to be repinned. I designed some logos, put the logos out on Pinterest, and someone came and repinned the logos, and I failed to reconnect. I failed to engage with those that pin. So I would encourage you to do that. Pinterest is literally a social media network. So get social, be social with the people that have pinned your content. Return the favor, make a comment on them, or simply thank them. All right. And these different things go a long way. Google Plus. Google is really struggling right now to get their Google Plus to the level, to the social media level where currently Twitter and Facebook are. Now, I do believe that Google Plus is making some strong strides in that direction, and they will be as relevant, as pertinent as some of these other social media platforms. But right now, we're only going to give them 2 minutes, 2 minutes of my time to share any recent content in your circles. All right. So for Connection Small Business Journal, we have a CSBJ circle. All right. Different people that once I make a post or I share content within this particular circle, only those individuals in the circle obtain the content. All right. So we can share your most recent content on your page. Use your circles to segment out only the most relevant audience. All right, so I may have 1,000 friends or I may have 1,000 contacts on Google Plus. All right, and of those 1,000, I may only have 250 that are associated with CSBJ. All right, well, CSBJ, all those 250 that are associated with me utilizing CSBJ, they get the content as opposed to the remainder people, the 1,000 friends that I have. Okay, so ask questions, start conversations. And one thing that I do like that Google Plus offers is just the video conferencing as well. We're going to do another podcast on that. I encourage you to actually take a look at that because that is a viable way to connect with clients. It's a viable way, to connect with individuals and maybe in another state that you're doing business with, utilizing Google Plus. Next and finally will be Instagram. Instagram also gets 2 minutes. Now, utilizing culture, take your fans behind the scenes of your business. If you are in let's say maybe you have a coffee shop that you own or a small restaurant that you own, take those that would like to see your business, take them behind the scenes by simply doing what? Taking pictures of staff, the events, office space. Each of these things, actually will be able to help you out, get more eyes on your business. So take your fans behind the scenes for a more in-depth and, even if I can use this word, intimate look at your business. Content. Promote across channels by sharing pictures of a recent infographic or slide share deck. Again, all this is available through Instagram. And finally, quotes. Inspire your followers with motivational or relevant quotes in a styled format. And we've seen the pictures, all over Facebook, where it's actually a picture with the words across, maybe a quote or something funny, something outrageous. Those things get attention. All right, so we would encourage you to utilize Instagram in those 3 areas: culture, content, and quotes. Again, take the fans behind the scenes with pictures. Promote across channels by sharing pictures of a recent infographic or slideshare deck and quotes. Inspire your customers. If you are a writer, all right, maybe you are an author who has several books out. You can actually inspire your followers with motivational and relevant quotes. And not just quote the text, but put it in a styled format that would be beneficial for your customers. So again, we can rock social media utilizing only 30 minutes a day. These are some of the steps that we've talked about. We can make social media be more manageable. We can take this large span of time and bring it down to only 30 minutes and be effective with it. That's the most important thing, to be effective with our social media platform. So again, we appreciate you tuning in today. If you can have any questions, or maybe you would like to further the discussion, I again encourage you to visit our website at www.connectionssbj.com. This article, the podcast are posted. The infographic is posted. Take a look at it. Let us know what you think. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Our telephone number, 706-289-7863. You can shoot us an email at connectionssbj.com. We can, as a small business owner, reduce our social media to 30 minutes a day.